chicken dance at me. Go away. How'd you little rat get? Hi there, it's Mel with One Woman and Two Acres. I've been arguing with Lunch, you know, the rooster. He's wanting to chicken dance at me for being up here. Okay, fine. Well, guess what time it is? It's tea time. So, pause the video, get your favorite cup, your favorite tea, and join me to see what all's been going on and to hear a nice story. That was such a lovely cup of tea. It's Taifu again, I think. Yes, it is. Okay. Now, let's see where we are up to. Okay. For food, I did a quick quiche. I love that. I just made one, what was it, last night or night before? Night before. I just threw what I had in. I didn't have bacon. I threw cheese in, and I threw some onions in, and I threw some lima beans in, and just whatever I have. That is like my favorite dump pie. And it's I have eggs coming out of my ears right now, so I'm going to be doing a lot more quiches. I also did white bread. I really like my white bread, but I want some help from y'all because I want something a very doughy bread. I don't like crusty breads. Sue me. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Another recipe. I also did tongue, cow's tongue, and I got my first 2 dislikes. It's like, oh, you dislike my tongue? I'm sorry. Some of y'all remember it as children or still do it today. The ones who remember it as children and loved it, they're going to be doing it. It's fantastic. I just love it. It's such a wonderful texture. It's a lovely flavor. Give it a try. If you've never had it, even if you think it's ew, gross, go ahead and go to a really high falutin deli. The deli I used to remember was 2J's, but there's Jason's. I think, no, Jason's doesn't have it. Anyway, find one, and they'll, ask them for a taste. And odds are they will do it. Don't be squeamish. That's going to be something coming up. Anyway, and then I did the regular mayo. Because I can't have my peanut butter, banana, and mayonnaise sandwich with mustardy mayonnaise. That would be gross. So, I did the regular mayo. It is so simple. It took, it took no time. I almost did the entire thing in real time. It was that fast. So that was nice. And then I did a book review, How to Grow More Vegetables ad infinitum with the title, by John Jeavons. I love this book. Now, even if you don't want to double dig and so forth, he's got things in there that make all of it, I don't know, there's charts and all that kind of stuff. You can check it out at the library. It won't cost you anything. And see if it's something you'd be interested in. It's really a good book. The work I've done. The cockeyed garden fence. That garden fence goes, woo. I don't care. It's got my garden completely done. I still have to put the fence around it, but I'm letting the chickens in there right now because I want their poo. So, and I have not been able to go get horse manure and stuff yet, so that's next. I did productive even while unmotivated. This has been a very unmotivated month for me. Oh my word. But like it says, you know, like I said, just start with something very small. Like collecting eggs. And then as you go out and you look at stuff, you think, oh, I could just do a little of that. Oh, I could just do a little of that. And before you know it, you've done a ton. And if you write it all down, you'll know exactly how much you really have done, even when you weren't motivated. And then I did that kitchen cart cleanup. Now that had, I'm sorry, my nose is itchy today. The kitchen cart, I do my dishes on it. So half of it was for those little drainers you have. Half of it was where the drainer sat. The other half was where the tea towel sat for a drain. So the part underneath the drainer had mildew. The part underneath the towel had mold. I just left the towel there. I don't know why. Goofy me. So anyway, that actually turned out really nicely. I'm still oiling the top. That thing is so dry, it's unbelievable. So, and somebody said to use mineral oil instead of olive oil because the olive oil would go rancid. And they're right. If you don't use something, it'll go rancid. But my cutting boards and the top of that thing, I wheel it out and I do all kinds of crazy stuff and, chopping and stuff right next to my stove. So I can just throw it right in from there. I do all kinds of stuff with it. That thing gets trolleyed about my house like mad. So I'm using it constantly and I'm cleaning it constantly. So I'm always going to be taking off oil and then putting it back on and taking it off. So yeah, that's why I use olive oil, but if you're not going to use olive oil, find a different kind of oil. I believe lemon oil would be okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure you will. So, that's the work that I've done now. I have not done as much this month. Usually I have 2 pages worth. And this is a story I'm going to tell. Oh, I forgot. This cucumber seeds. I did the cucumbers. I'm not doing a contest for this. If you want some seeds, I'll send them to you. If you don't want them, I won't send them to you. So what I'm doing is I save these seeds. All I'm asking folks to do is to email me, onewomanandtwoacres@gmail.com, with their address. I will send the seeds out. All I ask is that you take pictures, do a video, whatever, of them coming up or not. I want to know if I did it right. So, yeah, I have some more cucumber plants that are in, and I'm tending them. So and they're safe from the birds. So if I get, which I should, I've got plenty of flowers. When I get cucumbers off that, I'm going to leave a couple of them to ripen fully and then save those seeds. I see if these and those, anyway, if you want some seeds, let me know. I don't have that many, but I got quite a bit. Plus, I want to save some for myself. I'll just save one. There's like supposedly 20 in here. I probably miscounted. So there might be 19, there might be 20, there might be 21. You never know. Okay, so that aside. The car. Okay, I put my car, thinking I was so smart, I put it up I checked Kelley Blue Book, and I put it up for a lot of money on Craigslist. That was on a Friday. I got a call Saturday. My car, my beautiful Lexus SUV, was gone Monday. I mean, it went that fast, and I got what I wanted. I'm like, oh my gosh. As he drove away, I'm thinking, I have no car. I have no car. And then, and I knew my friend's, my niece, okay, her car was in the shop and she had borrowed my her mom's truck, her dad's truck. So I had nothing. And when you know, my friend Pam called, the realtor that I love so much. She called, see how just called, and I told her what was going on. Man, she put feelers out. Her roommate, she says he's got a truck. He'll let you borrow it. So I got that. She took me to it, and I got that. That was the only vehicle I had, was somebody else's. And I had already looked online to see if I could find a truck. And yep, there was one, there was one, there was one. Of course, you know, you sell your car, there's none. There's none, zero. So I'm like, I was in a panic. And so I haven't gotten a lot of work done. I was in a panic. I finally went online one day, and there was the truck that I wanted. I almost died. So I called her, went over, saw it, got my friend Keith to go with me, take a look at it, drive it, yada yada. Fine. He says it's a nice truck. Of course, it's got dings and whatnot in it, but no big deal. So I went back and I offered her $1,000 less, and she took it. I couldn't believe my luck. So I had, now here's the goofy part. That left me $5,000 from the sale of my car and buying the truck. I had $5,000 left. I couldn't believe that. So I got the truck. Well, I had no tags, and she had said that this is that and that's the other, blah, blah, blah. Well, it didn't work that way. And then I got in touch with her, but it was too much problem. So I went ahead and I got a bond title, which means I had to pay $200 and something for the bond. Went to the tag office. What a mess. I went to the tag office. They said I needed more stuff. Went back to the insurance company who gave me the bond. Well, where I bought the bond. Got more paperwork. Went back. Then the woman says, well, I don't know. And I said, what? I accused the government of the turning my trees, you know, to autumn colors early. I was livid. I think she thought I was going to shoot the place up. So she went into her supervisor. She came back out, and she says, okay, we need to know this. I wrote that down. We need that. I wrote that down. She says, oh, and the address of the person that sold you the car. This is their address, isn't it? I said, yes, ma'am. I wrote that in. Everything she wanted. And I got my tag. But the car was out of California. I'm here in Georgia. I had to pay full sales tax on it. Whatever it said it was. So all in all, that cost me about $650. I then took it directly to the mechanic. He replaced the water pump, and I replaced the battery. And he redid all the oil, all the fluids in it, everything. He just really went over it. There goes another, about $800. I mean, he did everything to it too, except for the stuff that I said leave. So then, I can't believe this. So now I have a truck, okay? With the money that was left over, I know this is so stupid. I've left myself a couple of months of living expenses, and trust me, I am frugal. If nobody else in the world is, I am. I mean, I like sitting in my house at night with an oil lamp. I can read, I can play on do the stuff on the computer, I can do everything with that. I was able to get a grain mill for doing my own grain, a pressure canner, which somebody saw it behind me, good catch, when I was doing, I guess, the Mayo one. So yeah, I got a pressure canner. I'm very excited. And I got another, it came with one rack. I got another rack. I got seed bags. These bags, I got like 1,000 of them. It was cheap. So, okay, I'll get that. I got fencing wire. I bought a scythe. It was at a junk store. You are not going to believe this. I want you to look up scythes and the prices. I got my scythe for $30, and it's in good shape. I have to, of course, you know, it's a little bit, it's got a patina to it and stuff. It's just for looks, you know. Well, I'm going to be using it. So I've got to get, I've got to do some stuff to it and clean it up and sharpen it. But I got a scythe. I was able to pay my bills, my property taxes, which my property tax, you're going to kill me. My property taxes are about $200 a year. Yay me! I was able to do a lot. Let's just say that. I did a lot, a ton with this, with the money that was left over, and I still have living expenses. Plus, I have 3 dogs I'm training right now, and I'm going to be throwing an ad in somewhere else. I tried one and it didn't do anything. So I'm going to do something else and see if that doesn't work. Anyway. So now you've had tea time and story time. And a very long story it was. But that is the joy of frugality. I like to keep my expenses really, really small. Debt-free. As debt-free as possible. But you'll notice the bananas and the peach, and I have a tomato inside. They're all organic, and I spend maybe $150, $175 a month on food, especially if I'm growing, and I've got some in the freezer, still like beans and whatnot, that I can eat, which I didn't grow much this year because I didn't know what would grow and what wouldn't grow. And now I've done this, so I guess next year is going to be a big experiment too. But I'm planting everything. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, I hope you enjoyed tea time. What a mess. This is my life. So this month I'm hoping to I want to get started on a solar dehydrator. I have to figure a way of keeping my house warm without using so much propane. I have propane heat in my house, and that is very expensive. To fill my 125-gallon tank cost me $350, and I was able to do that too with the money. I don't want to go through 2 or 3 tanks this winter, and I did last. Of course, I had just come from Florida, but you know, I've been wandering around here all year without air conditioning, so yeah, I gotta figure a way of keeping warm. Now, I know there's, you know, the solar heaters and stuff, the passive. I can't afford solar panels, so I need some suggestions on stuff I can do, and I would appreciate it very much. Gosh, this has been rambling on and on, hasn't it? I'm sorry. Okay, so this has been Mel with 1 Woman and 2 Acres. I hope you enjoyed tea time with me. Y'all have a blessed day.